Okay, so I begin. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. A very warm and joyful morning to one and all. I, Sumedha Roy, of Farm D first year of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy, is here to
चालू ही नहीं
welcome
रहा
you
मेरा
all
तो।
to this orientation session from ideas to reality, a journey of pharma graduate to an entrepreneur. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy, Institution Innovation Council Indore, it gives me an immense pleasure to extend a cheerful greeting. On this pleasant morning of orientation session, it is my privilege to throw some light on the journey of our guest speaker, Mr. Amit S. Lokhande, AICT or MHRDS IIC Innovation Ambassador, BBT Birac Research Fellow, PhD Scholar ICT Mumbai, CSNRF National Research Fellow, and inventor with 5 patents, recipient Technology Incubation Startup Grant 2020, author of 3 articles and 3 chapters of book, having 40 awards in his credit, mentor for 15 research projects of undergraduate and postgraduate level, to name a few. Now I welcome all the dignitaries present here. Dr. S.C. Chaturvedi, sir, Director, SAIP. Dr. Gaurav Kant Sarogi, Principal, SAIP. Dr. Sudha Vengulekar, Dean R&D, SAIP. Mr. Sunil Kumar Dwivedi, Vice Principal, SAIP. Faculty members and all my dear friends. Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy's Institution Innovation Council is pleased to have Mr. Lokhande to inspire, motivate, and guide the young entrepreneur of Institute. Without taking much of your time, let me invite Mr. Lokhande to inspire the hall. So please.
Very good morning, all, and thank you so much for this very
Is sir audible to everyone?
Yes, he is audible.
very good morning, all, and thank you so much for this very. I just have, before starting this session, a very good morning, all, and I just want to ask 3 questions. Am I audible enough? Yes, am I audible enough?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you
Thank
are
you so
audible.
much. Am I visible to you on screen, on video?
Yes, sir. You are visible.
Thank you so much. And now the third thing that I am gonna do is I'm sharing my slides. So just give me a moment. Good morning, all, and I just want to ask 3 questions. Am I audible enough? Yes, am I audible enough?
Yes, sir, you
Thank
are
you so
audible.
much. So yes, is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. I request those who are the participants in the meeting, kindly mute yourself because I am able to listen that echo coming from the background. Yes. And I just request the ID, that is Sunil Kumar Dwivedi ji, please admit the participants because they are coming in. So kindly take that initiative to admit all the participants into the meeting room. Thank you so much. So I'll just. Okay, so here we are ready to go with the session. A very good morning, all, and I am Amit Lokhande. So I heartily welcome you all for this session. So the topic given to me by IIC of SAIP is From Ideas to the Reality, and a journey of a pharma graduate to an Innopreneur. So let me tell you this ideas to the reality and the background of the pharma students or the graduates that we struggle to get our ideas into the reality, because we deal with certainly the healthcare perspectives, and this healthcare area or the segment is governed by a lot of regulations and the timelines that are involved in the process. However, we still have the scope to get into the innovations and entrepreneurships. So with through this talk and session, I would like to introduce to you all how I have initiated my journey and how I have perceived all these things and how I have tackled all those obstacles. Believe me, it's an adventurous journey. So are we ready to go ahead with this? Yes. Are we ready? So we are
Yes, sir.
going ahead. So let me tell you why we should go for innovation and entrepreneurship. Yes, why we should go for innovation and entrepreneurship. So there are so many answers, okay, amongst all the audiences, there are so many answers to it. However, there are three more, very high fundu kind of answers that I have collected from a big people, and I would like to share with you all. So all these answers, just a second. Yes. So there are many answers to it. So the first answer is we have the responsibility on our shoulders so that we could leave something behind us and the future will follow us, right? Because we all have that responsibility on. We would like to become the CEO of our own idea and the creation. Yes, everyone wants that I should be the CEO or the something of my own idea. And we all want to enhance our own personal brand and create our celebrity status. Yes. So these are the big answers that I have collected from the people, that these three are the main fundamental answers that comes in our mind. We all have the responsibility. We would like to become the CEO of our own idea and enhance our own personal brand. However, in the student lives, though it sounds like very high fundu kind of a things, results may vary, and you may not receive the success early or into the first attempt. But most importantly, you will learn the process of money making and creating your own venture. And that is very important when we are the student, that we will learn how to make the money out of it. So moving ahead with that, there is something which stops us. Yes, there is something which stops us in moving ahead. So what is that? So I have collected some reasons, that come in on campus when we are with our friends, colleagues, family members. We all have that barriers. Okay, I have collected three barriers from the students. Like, I can't express my idea due to certain barriers. Majority of us just keep our foot back because we are not able to express our ideas. Believe me, you need not to be a great thinker or a communication expert or a good writer to become an innovator come entrepreneur. Yes, it is not required when you want to express or come ahead with your innovation. No need to worry about all these things. Then another query that comes in our mind is when we are student, the idea on which I want to work on. Yes, the idea on which I want to work on. There are so many products of such kinds into the market. Then how I will succeed into the market or in the journey of entrepreneurship. Believe me, it's not about what you make. It's not about what you make. It's everything about how you make with your fresh or the inventive step. And that is desire. If you see, even for this, I would like to give an answer. If you see so many products into the category, believe me that there is a market for that product. And if you will launch any product with the fresh or the inventive steps included into it, it will certainly get into the market and there are the consumers for that product. So you can certainly launch a product if you see so many products into the market of that kind. Next, I would like to go ahead that students always carry a fear of rejection. Yes, you all carry a fear of rejection. Yes, because putting forth anything which is innovative, new, unique, or whether it would deserve something or whether it will want something, we all have that kind of a mindset before putting it further. But believe me, it's all there all the time. You will carry that. but believe in your idea, product, and make it acceptable kind of. And that's the strategy you have to use. Moving ahead, we all, even in the student life, carry one myth that has been told to us, okay, since from our schooling till to the junior college and even in the degree course, we all carry that one myth with us. And what is that? We have been taught to come up into the semester wise pattern that yes, we have to have something, a gradation system. We have to become a topper of a subject or something. So you all leave with a quest to come up with a good or the fantastic idea. You all live like that. Yes, I have to make a product like that so that a market will come. Oh, we are just waiting for that product to come into the market. And students generally live with that quest to come up. Please remove that barrier from your academics of semester wise pattern coming first, second, third. Please understand it's a process, and don't let the perfect be the enemy of good. There is no requirement of a first, second, third. You need to have a good product which you can serve the need of the society. You can serve the need of the consumers. That is important for your product or the invention or an idea. Here it is not important who is first, second, and third, who is having fantastic idea. You have the idea, you have the customers for it, you have to go ahead with it. That's all. Let's move ahead. What the benefits you all will gain when you get into the innovation and entrepreneurship? Just as an opportunity or a career, if you are looking for, what you will gain? You will learn the methodologies to solve the real life challenges, because these are the practical solutions which your consumers will use. These are the products in the physical form and not just into the papers or into the documentary evidences it will remain, right? Similarly, learn and enjoy the teamwork. You guys will learn and enjoy the teamwork. Enhance the communication. You are not a good in communication, but business has that ability. It will ultimately turns you a good communication expert. It will be certainly into the writing as well as into the speaking. It will develop your leadership skills, because you have to take all the leads into the actions. Like, I have to do and develop this product. I have to get this product into the market. It will ultimately develop those leadership skills in you. And certainly you will integrate your knowledge. Whatever the knowledge you have perceived, why I have to launch this product into the market, you are able to integrate that knowledge, that rationale behind that concept to the audience and the society. And it will certainly improve prospect and the employment. If you are fail, okay, if you are fail in innovation or entrepreneurship, nothing to lose for the students, because still you are learning in the process and you are still open for the other good opportunities such as job, higher studies and everything. So you will not fail in something, because this will certainly improve the prospect in your future career aspects or the future employments. So let me go ahead with the certain clarities how the idea has to be and something related to it. Uh, just a second. I don't know what. So an innovator or the entrepreneurial journey is not originated. It is not originated. You have to engineer it so well so that you will receive the benefits out of it accordingly. It is not just originate within a semester wise pattern or in a day or a night or so. You have to analyze systematically, design each and every aspect of it, and launch your product accordingly into the market. So let me move ahead further. There is something which is involved when you go ahead with a product or an innovation. Is your product solving a problem? Yes. Is your product solving a problem of a society? Is it solving someone else's problem? If you are able to solve someone else's problem, that person becomes your customer. That person becomes your consumer for that your solution. So is your solution, okay, that you have developed is solving some problem? And if yes, it is worth to get into the market. So let me give you some thought behind the great famous scientist, that is Dr. Albert Einstein, stated that the formulation of a problem is often more essential than its solution. Yes, the formulation of a problem, which problem you are solving, is certainly very important than your solution. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with the problems longer. The more deeper you go to the problem, the more fresh and inventive steps you will discover, and you will add on to your product, and you will certainly solve or come up with a solution which is actually the need of your customers or your consumers. So this is like you need to solve or frame the problem systematically. Next, moving further, we all do. What is an idea? कुछ भी problem आता है, what we do? We just do the Google. Yes, but idea is not equal to Google. Idea is not equal to Google. So what has been done to the what to be done is the step required in the ideation. So what has been done is Google telling you what has been done already. It is there on Google. But idea is what to be done. So you have to focus more on what to be done based on what has been done. Next, moving further, let me explain you how you can go ahead with the ideation. So collection and connection, these are 2 points to remember. Collection and connection. So if you are, let me give you an example here on the screen. A man is juggling between to collect the points, right? He's confused how to collect those points. And these points are nothing but the problems surrounded to you. As the problems grow, the man becomes more and more confused. We also becomes more and more confused as we go ahead with a lot of challenges and problems that we see, right? Next. So with this, if we have so many points, so many challenges ahead of us, what will you do? Will get confused? Yes, if there are so many challenges, so many problems, so many ideas that come in your mind, you will get confused, right? I don't know what's happening to the screen. Just a second. Yes, the man becomes confused in all these aspects. And if you are able to join those points and connecting those points in a proper way, it is called an idea. It is called a creation. So collecting dots, you have to collect the dots. Certainly what you have to make for that, you have to collect the dots. So collecting dots plus connecting dots is equal to creativity or an idea. So in the chat box, someone is telling me the slides are not moving and visible. Is it moving in a proper way, the way I'm speaking?
So it's moving properly.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me tell you, idea, now we have arrived at idea, what exactly you have understood. So we all have so many challenges. We have come up with so many ideas, but it is not the demand of idea or the creativity. You need to connect and collect. You need to connect all those collected points, all those problems, all those ideas, and make it a product. And that is called creation or an idea. However, though you have generated an idea, yes, but that is not a business idea. For a product to get into the market, you need to fit that idea into the frame of a business, right? So every idea is not a business idea. Yes, we all get an ideas in a day, 24 hours. We all have 86,000 seconds, something in 24 hours. So 86,000 per second, we have many thoughts coming in our mind. But whether all these thoughts or all these ideas worth to be called as a business ideas? Yes. So what is important for an idea to be a business idea? So when your idea fits into a proper market, when it finds a market for it, it is called as business idea. Yes, it is called as business idea when your idea finds a market for it. Moving ahead, I would like to tell you the basic explanation between invention and innovation as well. Everyone can ideate, but not every idea is innovative for market. And that's why innovation is not equal to invention. Okay? Innovation is not equal to invention. So what is innovation and invention? Anything new, anything process, new modification, or certain improvements that do is called as invention. Okay? Trends from the future that are coming in, you are adding something for the requirements or something. It is called as invention. However, not an every invention is called as innovation. When your invention finds a business model to fit your invention for a consumer or a market, it is called as innovation. Yes, when your invention will find the market or a customers for it, it is called as innovation. So invention and innovation are completely different. Always understand. Let me explain you an example of okay, let me explain you one big example of an business idea, how exactly a business idea works. Okay, let me share that video to you all. It is an example of a freshness burger shop from Japan, and they have come up. They were facing one problem of a Japanese community, that they are not able to make the sale of their burgers to a community. So let's see how exactly it was a problem that Freshness Burger has solved. So Freshness Burger has all the franchisee of the shops all across the Japan, and they have variety of burgers that they are selling to a Japan. Okay. However, they are not able to make the sell to the mark. Okay. They are not able to make the sell to the mark. They were facing severe challenges to make the sell to a mark, because they have variety of burgers and they have so many shops all across the Japan, but still they are not making the mark of the selling of their burgers. The challenge was, in old Japanese community, the female Japanese carries this maintenance of small lips called as ochobu. Okay, maintenance of a small lips is nothing but their cultural context as well as their beautification aspect, and that they have to maintain when they are in a community or into the society. So ochobu, because of this ochobu, majority or half of the Japanese population is devoid of eating burger, because for eating burger, they have to open their mouth to a greater extent and eat the burger. If you could look at the male colleague, if he is on the table, he can eat the freely the burger they want to eat it. However, the female colleague is devoid of eating it because they want to maintain that ochobu, that is maintenance of small lips. Now, you all have to come up with a solution for this challenge, that you need not free the woman from the spell of ochobu. You will not allow them to spell their ochobu. Still, you have to allow them to eat the burger. Yes, you have to allow them to eat the burger. So how they will eat the burger? Because Freshness Burger is facing the severe challenge, and they are not selling because half of the Japanese population is devoid of eating their burgers. And female are reluctant to open their mouth to a greater extent while they are in community or society. So what's the solution or the business idea that Freshness Burger has come up with? So can we see what the idea or the solution they have opted? So freeing women from the spell of ochobu. They have come up with a solution called liberation wrapper. Yes, it's so simple solution that they have come up with, called as liberation wrapper. No PR team, no many scientific evidences or anything or any team recruited for this. They have just come up with a simple solution of a liberation wrapper, right? So let me explain you how this has improved the results. Female customers or female colleagues are able to eat this burger to a greater extent while sitting and sharing the table next to their male colleague. And the result, you can see that the female customers are so happy to share the table. And there I am disturbing. Kindly unmute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. So the result is their selling was raised by 213%, and the idea was just spread across social media and societies that they have come up with such a simple solution who is freeing women from the spell of Uchabu. Isn't it? It's a very simple and an innovative idea. Let me get back again to my PPT. So we have seen the freshness burger idea, right? It was a business idea. And the solution that they have opted, it was so very simple. Moving ahead, so what makes an idea a business idea? Yes, what makes an idea a business idea? So let me get back to you with the, yes. For an idea or a business idea generation, you all will follow a press model. Okay, this is a press model. So in press model, P stands for problem, R stands for revenue model, E stands for entry barrier, S stands for size of the market, and another S stands for scalability. So as I early mentioned that if you are solving a problem, your idea or your solution deserves a market. Okay, because you already is solving a problem of someone. So if you are solving a problem, you are fitting into a business idea. Another coming to a this thing is revenue model generation. Yes, if you are able to make a money out of it, if you are able to make a money out of that idea or solution, and your revenue model is ready, your idea deserves to be a business idea. E stands for entry barrier. Okay, so what is an entry barrier? Entry barrier is nothing but how you can protect your idea or solution from copying, or how you can stop others from entering into the same business so that you won't face a lot of competition into the market. That is called entry barrier. And if your solution has the entry barrier established, your idea deserves to be a business idea. Next is the size of the market. What is the size of the market? Anyone will ask you when you will generate a product or a solution for it. What is the size of the market? Now, we all are belonging to a pharma field or the pharmaceuticals. We can imagine what is the size of the market. It's very huge. I mean, world over or the across all the human beings, veterinary or animals or any agricultural origin, we can serve our medicines, drugs, or pharmaceutical products to them. That's why we have a billions of a population to get our product or to get our solution. That's why we have huge enough market for our product. Scalability. Yes, if your idea is not scalable enough, what will you do? Though you have all these problem, revenue, entry, size, but if your idea is not scalable, you can't sustain into the market. You can't survive into the market with your solution. Let me explain you what is scalability is for. Scalability is not like making a 10x, 20x a kind of a batch. Scalability is in terms of a business or in terms of a market. If you have your input cost in raw materials or anything, or the involvement of manpower or many things is too high, or it is increasing day by day compared to your output or your selling or your revenue generation, then certainly that business is not called as a scalable business, right? If you are able to minimize or put lesser amount of inputs into your business so that you can increase the output or the selling of your product accordingly, it is called as scalable business. So always look for the idea in which you will not have more involvement of the inputs. Always have the scalable ideas, and that is very essential. So this is the framework how you can fit your idea into a business idea. You have to identify and fix your idea into a business idea and get the answers. If all these five are ticked for you, believe me, you are able to launch your product into the market. Next, let me explain you an example of entry barrier. It is so very important that the entry barrier need to be understood at the earliest. Here I have given an example of a one business called as a wedding gifts platform. Okay. So what is this business is for? What is this idea is for? And we all go to the weddings. We all attend the weddings in our family, friends, colleagues, everywhere. We go to the weddings. And the biggest problems in the wedding is the wedding couple gets unwanted wedding gifts. Yes, they get unwanted wedding gifts, which they don't need. And another biggest problem in the wedding gifts is they get same gift from the multiple guests. Imagine someone is getting 10 wall clocks in their marriage. What will they do out of that 10 wall clocks? So multiple guests give the same gifts. It is also a challenge. So a team of our students have come up with the idea, that is a solution that they have framed as wedding gift platform. So they have developed one app based or a solution for this wedding gift platform, where the couple puts their desired gifts on that platform, and link for that gifts, okay, it is registered on the wedding card or an email. They will give it to their guests, and the guest will go click on that registration link or go to that platform and select the desired gift and buy from that platform itself. The gift get delivered to the couples at their doorstep on the desired date and time. It can have the basic gifts from the cuisine or any holiday packages. All that kind of a gifts are available on this platform. This concept is popular in Western countries, but however, it is very uncommon in India. So you all have identified a problem. Yes, this team of students have identified a problem, and they all have also come up with a solution. Yes, the solution is relevant as well. Let me tell you, what will stop Amazon and Flipkart from entering in the same business? Yes, what will stop Amazon and Flipkart from entering into the same business? And even I have given a picture of a big dog versus small dog. And this small dog is nothing but these team of students who have come up with a wedding gift platform. And the big dog is nothing but Amazon and Flipkart. Believe me, Amazon and Flipkart, why they are big dogs? Because they have huge customer database into the market. Even they offer a huge discounts on the gifts. They have tie-ups with the vendors, lot of vendors, and even gifts get delivered at your doorstep. Yes, they all are offering these services. Amazon and Flipkart is offering to you these services. But now you will tell me the innovation or the solution that they have come up with, the online platform where couple have placed their desired gifts. Yes, they have generated this online platform as a solution, which Amazon and Flipkart don't have. But let me tell you another background of this solution is your friends and family members are so smart. What they will do, they will go and visit this platform, see what are the desired gifts that you have mentioned, and they will certainly go and order it from Amazon and Flipkart. Then certainly there is no requirement of these things. You won't grow in this business and won't get the money out of it, right? That's why no entry barrier. And if you want to succeed in such areas, you need to collaborate or tie up with the big dogs into the market. Then only you can sustain and survive into the market. If you have not established and not realized this entry barrier at the start, you won't survive into the market. Yes. So in pharma industry as well, when we come up with any product or anything, we look for an industry partner. We look for someone who can, push this idea into the market. Next, so let's understand what is good ideas and bad ideas. So bad ideas in general for the market, why these are the ideas only. Why I have mentioned bad and good ideas is, in bad ideas, you don't have a lot of scope to work. I mean, you have to be so rapid enough to get your product into the market. For example, you are in bad ideas, you make the product which people want. Yes, in bad ideas, you make the product which people want. So that need of a people would be realized by so many people or so many inventors. So you will ultimately you will face a lot of competition when you make the product which people want. If you are solving a real life challenges or real life problems, certainly you have a huge competition. And if you are not finding a customer first, finding a customer first for your solution or idea is very difficult in such a case. And moving fast and validate is the essential criteria in such a case. So what is a good idea? Okay, If you have a product in which you believe that this has a future scope or an advantage, what do you know it's others don't know? Yes, that's a good idea. That's why you are able to establish so many barriers for others to entering into the same business. And what's new and how people accept your idea as it doesn't exist. It is all in your control. How people will react to it, how I will frame this idea, how I will project this idea. It is all in your custody. Definitely, this is called as a good idea. But the ideas in which you face a huge competition, challenges, it is a bad idea because you have to move fast and validate that idea and get into the market. Because if you have failed to enter into the market, any competitor will come ahead of you and launch the product. Ultimately, you will get behind. Let me go ahead with the pharmacy ideas now. Okay, we all are pharma graduates and we all study so many sciences. Okay, here I have given in all the fields, sociology, even psychology we study. Yes, we study biology, we study chemistry, we also study physics, and we also study mathematics. Yes, we study all these sciences. If you could apply from your semester or from your first year syllabus till to your final year of examinations, you will study so many subjects and so many science. So where we are lagging in identifying the idea, or we are lagging behind to identify the right niche area. So let me give you an brief example how you can go ahead in idea selection. So yes, we all have a gamut of research and innovation in pharmacy. Any product, first of all, gets synthesized in a laboratory, undergoes so many phases of in vitro, preclinical, toxicity, scale up, clinical. All these are the phases of our pharmaceutical research and innovation, right? So now if you could consider from a lab till to the clinical, it is a time required that is of more than 10, 20 years or so. Regulations are required, right? But still you have the scope to do something big in this. So let me I tell you where you can work and how you can work. So I have explained you all these stages in this, right? All these are the stages of pharma innovation. So let us identify only a one segment or a one step. Try to focus on only one step. Identify out of all in which you are greater or best. Identify that. I have identified just a development here. Okay, the basic step. If you could realize in the development step, what is the requirement? Yes. Do you need a raw materials for the making a laboratory, any development kind of a product? Yes, we need it. So it could be a product or a technology. Similarly, is anyone offers you certain development services? Yes, we can make this kind of a product. We can do that kind of a product. It is a service. Okay. So you can also have at a one step itself, your business could be a service offering. You can also offer a product or a technology. Similarly, those who are not good in developing certain products of that kind, you can offer them a consultancy services. Okay, how to develop that product. This is called consultancy. You can go ahead with a B2B, that is business to the business. So you are good at development, so you can tie up with another company who is make that product and launch it like that. So it is called B2B. However, and certainly in development stage, if you could see, raw materials are required, beakers, glasswares, whatever is required, the magnetic stirrer, a basic instrument, a technique, anything, these are the requirements for the development stage. And who are your customers? The research laboratories, the industries, or anything. So it is called B2C model, business to a customers. And in earlier, if you tie up with any business, another business who will launch this product or development of your product, it is called B2B. So at one step itself, I have enlisted 4 things for you. So you have to identify what kind of a things you will offer. Believe me, in the development stage, if you could have seen in the cell culture science as well today, people are coming up with raw materials like medias, the antibacterials, the culture plates, anything, and they are growing in that area. It is just a development stage. It is not a final stage. Even in clinical research organization or clinical services offerings are one of the domain So there are certain clinical research laboratories that exist, and they offering clinical services. Even preclinical testing laboratories do exist. Certain laboratories, they provide rats to our institutions or the research organization. Even breeding of those rats, it's also maintenance of those rats and everything for clinical testing is another area. So it is not required that you will start from zero and reach to the end of clinical in 20 years span. But yes, certainly within few years, you can at least take a one step and make your mark in that product or in that segment. That you can do, and that's called your idea innovation service or a consultancy that you can serve for the society. Yes, so you have many opportunities if you could look and understand the entire gamut of research and innovation in pharmacy and identify those steps which is critical in your academic even curricular. What is requirement, from whom you buy, what you buy, and you can make certain products which are innovative in that area. Believe me, you will have the customers for those products, certainly. So moving ahead with the pharmacy ideas, research and innovation. What student innovators? There is a difference between student innovators and classroom learnings. Yes, innovations are the solution based. They demand output. Okay, I have told you an output, analyze and do something in your surroundings, the challenges and everything. That is called output. Whereas classroom, what we all learn is a learning, that is called input. From the textbooks, from the teachers, we get the inputs. Okay, so this is called a learning input based. In case of innovator, it continues till you find the solution. It is an ongoing process. Similarly, though you have found the solution, you will ultimately try and improvise further, so that your customers get satisfied and remain connected with you for a longer. And that's why you will sustain into the market. Whereas in classroom, you have set program, semester-wise pattern, and your instructor knows everything, exams are conducted, everything is refined. Here, no one knows the answer in an innovator journey. It's you only who will discover everything. Similarly, in case of innovators, you need to design the evaluation metrics. However, in your, this thing is the evaluation metrics as your homework, some assignments and exam are your evaluation metrics, right? But here you have to frame what would be the evaluation metrics for your developed idea or a solution. In case of innovation journey, the documentation is so very important from the start till to the end. And when you are into the market, each and every piece of a document is very essential. In case of a classroom, we don't give an importance to a documentation. In fact, writing a journals is a very tough task for majority of the students. They neglect it. So for students, documentation is unnecessary, but for innovator, documentation is very, very important. So moving ahead, what extra you need when you are into innovation and entrepreneurship journey? What students need more? We need more the mentoring, because we don't know majority of the aspects. We need the proper coaching, training. We need the directions to go ahead, right? Similarly, you won't get the success. So there are so many chances of failures. Still in those failures, how to achieve the success? You need the continuous motivations. And for that, you need the mentoring, you need the training from your mentors, advisors, from your IICs, from your incubation center, wherever you go, because they play a major role for the student innovators to launch their successful startup. Okay, so this is very important for the student innovators, that they should get mentoring as well as they should get incubated. Either they get the support from their IICs or the incubation centers. So this is very important for them. So now start plus efforts plus strategy plus sustainability. Yes. So start, efforts, strategy and sustainability are very important. So start requires what? It requires efforts and strategy. That's all, right? In the start, before starting your product into the market. So USP of your product and service is very important. What is the differentiating factor for your product from other existing product? That's a unique selling proposition of your product and make it very, very unique. what the market research you have done. This is called efforts. And based on those efforts, you strategize your plan for launching. Is you have designed the product well, validated it. Do you have the scale up plans, and marketing and selling integrations are in place? When you have framed all these things, you are ready to launch this product into the market, right? And once you launch the product into the market, sustaining into the market demands even more than that. You have to face your competitors. You have to face the regulators. You have to remain compliant with your customers. Okay. Your product need to be customer compliant oriented, right? Because they're gonna purchase and buy your product. You have always in a rush to improve yourself, because you earlier before launching you were having a plan A to make the proper sell. But what if your plan A is not working? You need to change the market strategy, right? That's why you need to always have plan B, plan C ready, because if the plan A fails, you need to have a plan B in place to improve yourself and to remain sustained into the market. So this is a overall picture. So we all are at the start right now. Okay. However, sustaining into the market is a latter these things when you have a lot of collaborators, team partners, and many more fundings, resources. So for that, you need not to worry at the start. But yes, it is a picture how exactly it is the going to be. So you all have being the student innovators or inventions, being the pharma people, we all get pharma students get the fundings from all across the various bodies such as BIRAC, DBT, Angel Investors, Startup India. There are so many grant seed funds. Many banks do offer you a funding for the pharmaceutical research and innovations. Believe me, if you have any idea, certain government fundings or the private funding agencies or the investors are ready to fund your ideas. So there is no need to worry about the money and the investment part. If you have an idea which is worth to be called as a business idea, you can apply for such fundings and get those opportunities to work on your idea and further go ahead with the development and launch the product. So let me explain you. When you start your plan for fundraising, believe me, when you are at a student age, we are at the first level, that is technology development and validation. When we are in an institute, right, we do that. We develop a technology, we work on ideas, we validate, try to validate those ideas. If I could realize what is a fund amount required when you are at the institute, when you develop a basic idea or something, it is hardly few thousands to the lakhs. Yes, it is hardly few thousands to the lakhs, because you are not making a product for a society, you are just making a one piece of a product. And for me, it is called as a jugaad product. Okay, because we make join A, B, C in a very crude manner. Okay, so this is a very early stage. And for crude everything or the crude product, there is not much a requirement of a amount involved. Okay, so you may hardly need few thousands, the few lakhs, right? But once you have developed and validated, and then get into the further stages of business planning and large scale production, you need the fundings in more amount, right? And even for your initial commercialization and operation, you need the more funding. And full and final commercialization and expansion, you need the further fundings. So there are so many stages of the fundings, okay, in further that are available for the student innovators and entrepreneurs. But right now, we need to just focus at the first step of technology development and validation. So can it be possible for us to develop some product or innovations or some ideas to work on at the institute level? Yes, it is possible. You all can develop a product with the help of your teachers, mentors. Certainly, certain institutes do give some funds in thousands or something for the student ideas. Even a student can add the money from their family, friends, and colleagues to develop and work on some ideas, right? Certainly, that amount does not go in lakhs or something, because you are just coming up with a initial ideation or some proof of concepts generation. So at this stage, it is possible for everyone to work on. And once you have that initial something that is workable kind of, you can apply ahead and go ahead with the funding agencies, because there are so many funding agencies are offering you so many grants. So try to opt and pursue something as an idea and try to work on it from your end. Take the help of your mentors, colleagues, friends, and family members. Let me tell you now the do's and don'ts in this journey. Okay. So what are these do's and don'ts? Because you are putting the step by step the things, but the feeler, okay, the feelers are very essential. If they are weak at the start, you will suffer the obstacles accordingly. That's why I'm telling you what are do's and don'ts of this. Okay. First, do your homework well. Okay. Whatever you are gonna propose, do it well. Don't be just hypothetical for it. Okay. Because I believe in this idea. That's why it is good. No, it's not gonna survive. Poor market research. Don't do a poor market research for your idea. Realize whether the need of the product it is required or not. Try to conduct a survey. Try to reach to the people. Try to reach to the proper or specific customers that you are targeting for. Okay, don't make poor or ugly prototype. It is not attractive enough. Try to make something which is elegant or a user friendly prototype. Okay, look at simplifying the problems. Don't look at a bigger fancy glamorous aspects. Ye karna hai, wo karna hai. Don't look at initially, which might not required at the start. Okay, it is not required at the start. Just come ahead with the simplicity. Okay, don't fall in love with your ideas and protect it. Okay, people generally fall in ideas, love them. Oh, it is my idea, isne chura liya to, usne chura liya to. Don't fall in love with your ideas. Try to share it. Okay, I'm working on this idea, I'm working on this idea. People will get to know, yes, you are doing something. And if they know something about it, they will certainly tell you that yes, this is the person who is working on, that is the thing that is already there. That will add on to your market research. So never protect your idea. Always try to go and share, okay, with the people and get the benefits from the people. The most important thing is try to build strong team, okay, and try to realize the team strength. In this case, what happens when in the student life, we make this our friend who that she is, he is my best friend. So we are forming a team, okay. My uncle, my mama, and all those people are very good to me. So I am making them my team members. Believe me, it is not the team strength. You need to analyze what that person is going to add to your team as a skill set and how that will add a value to your product. That is very important. It is not about who is in your blood relation and who is good to you. It is all about for the one purpose to make the product into the market and to reach that product for a proper customer. Don't be superficial and over uh, uh, thinking or over claiming for your ideas. Don't be like that. Be generous, be realistic, have the clear objectives and a clear idea, right? Make your effective pitch ready. Whenever you go, try to pitch in your idea, try to make the practice of that. Yes, this is the problem and I am solving the problem by having this solution. This is called as effective pitch. And what are the advantages that solution will offer? General presentation, very rough and vague things will not work in this case. So try to work on certain things. It is very important at the initial, from the initial itself. So let me tell you 5 steps to take ahead. Okay, how you can take ahead the ideas to a reality. First, you need to identify right area, niche, area, segment in which you think that you have the idea for. You can launch a product for. Identify that right area and niche. It is very important. Next, you need to compare the available products and technologies. Okay, if you have identified, I want to work on diabetes area, try to compare what is available already for that, the technologies, enlist them. These are the technologies and everything available into the market. So if you have analyzed those products, what kind of a value addition in terms of cost, ease, and scalability you will offer through your solution? You need to think for. Because if your product is very cost effective or affordable compared to the existing technologies, yes, people will buy it. Why they will pay extra money for the products which are giving them the same results? So if you are able to reduce the cost, you have the scope to launch. Whether it is a very user friendly product compared to the existing products, then definitely it is a good product. And if your product is easy to scale or it has a good scalability model in place, you can launch this product. Yes. So on these aspects, you have to compare the existing technologies. What is there, associated with those techniques or technologies? and develop a proof of concept based on what they don't have, but you can offer. So try to develop and make those objectives as clear. Try to work on them, make a prototype and a business model ready. And last is validate once you are done with the proof of concept, validate the performance of your product. Yes, whether it is reaching 50%, 70%, 80%, whatever it is. But yes, it is doing something, right? So that is called as a performance validation. So it's all about adventurous journey and that you get into this. So you should do your homework well before starting this journey. If you fail to do so, you will face the obstacles accordingly. Now, it's a time to come to my journey and explain you how I have come ahead with this. Okay. So I have developed a product called Pregvidate. Okay. It is a point of care pregnancy diagnosis in cattle using a urine sample. So I have given a title to it, Pregvidate, improve a milk profitability using on-farm, super simple, early urine pregnancy diagnosis in cattle. So this is my product, Pregvidate, which is a urine-based, simple, rapid, and early pregnancy detection kit in cattle, that is cows and buffaloes. And to the right-hand side, I have given a flow sheet, how to use it. To a urine sample, the reagents are added in a sequential manner, A and B, and it develops an instant color. If you have a deep wine red, it indicates the cattle is pregnant, and there is no development of color or any light shade, yellow, orange, or something of that kind. It indicates it's a non-pregnant cattle. So this idea I have presented to the National Innovation Contest, that is proof of concept contest organized by MHRD AICT's Innovation Council. And I have received the first prize at the hands of our MHRD ministers. And also I got a chance to, exhibit this product, during the boot camp and regional mentoring session. So I have done this exhibition and interaction was so valuable to me. Furthermore, this contest was not just limited to a contest and winning. The further opportunities were waiting for me. I have received an opportunity and nominated for India South Korea Startup Exchange Program. And simultaneously, I got an opportunity, okay, to present and exhibit my innovation amongst top 100 innovators coming from all over the world in the Global Innovator Festa in 2019. So once I reached the South Korea, I have attended this 9 global commercialization workshop. Okay, if you have an idea and you want to commercialize that product globally, so this is a commercialization workshop that is every year. It is held in South Korea, and many of the big companies, the directors, CEOs, they come and strategize certain plans how they can, make the product commercial for the global success. So if you have a good for the global commercialization, you need to have a good hold on your IPs. You need to make your IP so strong that you can achieve the success in a global market. Next, I have attended so many organizations that are supporting student innovations and ideas to a greater extent. On the left-hand side is the Electronics and Telecommunication Research Institute, ITRI Daejeon. You can see the facilities that they are offering. And here, I was so amazed to see even 11th and 12th standards. It was so good to see us. Okay. Then I have, to the left-hand side is the Kim Young University, right? Even they have successfully launched almost more than 25 startups, and they were explaining their ideas and how they are supporting the environment for the student ideas and innovations. Moving ahead with this, I have presented my idea to this Global Innovator Festa amongst top 100 startups, came from all over the world, and I got my product mentioned on the top 100 innovations all across the world. Next, I have received a chance to exhibit, and to interact with the people and the audiences coming from all the countries. So I have interacted with them, and even I have received a international collaboration through this initiative. Okay, there is one collaborator who has, collaborated with us from a South Korea for this. Then moving ahead with this, I have visited one of the organization called CCEI Digu. This is what Center for Creative Economy and Innovation. You can see at the left-hand side, they have supported more than 96 student startups, and they are successfully launched. and they were exhibiting the facilities they are providing to the students to make their product launch was so fascinating. Okay, and they have successfully launched this 96 startups. Then I have received a learnings from a global communication expert and a coach for pitch, investor pitch, from the Juliana Lee and Partners. She's a global communication expert and makes student innovators or the startups for making their pitch effective. So I have learned the pitching sessions and how to pitch your ideas to the investors. So she has highlighted one important aspect that I want to tell you. So you have to highlight the pain points. People are so sensitive to their pain points, right? In pharma, if the people buy the pharma product because they are in pain, right? And if you are highlight, people are sensitive to the pain points. And if your solution is relieving those pain points, it is, get the investment for that idea. So always have the pitch in such a manner that it will highlight the pain points and how your solution will relieve those pain points will make the effective pitch. Next, at the end, this was the completion of my India South Korea Startup Exchange program, and I have received the completion certificate at the hands of President CCI Daegu from South Korea. So it was a very wonderful journey. And after this journey, it was like I have featured in a news channel of NDTV because to get into the Global Innovator Festa among top 100 startups, also have got featured in newspapers, also got interviewed on a radio channel. And one of the meetings of AICT MHRD is to assess the progress of the candidate. During that assessment, I have been received and nominated as a IIC's innovation ambassador. So it was a great journey to be from a student innovator till to this. It was so very encouraging and learning kind of a journey for me. Moving ahead with this, currently we are having 25 veterinary doctors from all across India and from the different states of India, and they are, helping and promoting our Pregvidate to a greater extent. We are conducting the trials in the big dairy farms under the experts. We have the Korean collaborator, and also on the farms we are going and evaluating our kids' performance. Then with this, that the award, this is our team from ICT Mumbai, and also have received the Technology Development Startup Incubation Grant from AICT MHRD's Innovation Cell. With this, I have incubated at Research Innovation Incubation Design Laboratory, Mumbai. It is an incubation center in Mumbai who are supporting me further with this. So let me give you something as a good for this product. I have received the testimonials from people for my product. So there is one doctor from Malaysia who has identified and informed about this product that this is having a great potential, not only in India, but also in Malaysia. And this is true, especially in places where vet services are limited. People are talking about it. It is a fantastic substitute for all the older pregnancy diagnostic methods. It is a breakthrough, a milestone in livestock industry, and people are ready to support it to a greater extent. Believe me, when you see such a response for your product, you will get certainly, the rewards and terms for your idea that you have thought for earlier. And before this, I have also achieved many awards as an inspirator, a research performance, and a mentor award from the various organizations. Even I have received the awards from the DAD organization, Germany, also from the Nano Invention Award and the ABLE organization for the innovations that I have developed. And earlier also I have came in news and media for my all the innovations and ideas that I have gone through. So this is my journey of an innovator come entrepreneur journey. And just with this, I would like to tell you, I have established a company called Mcron Technologies Private Limited. So we are offering a simple, innovative, and affordable diagnostics through this our company, and we have 3 patented products for this into the veterinary sciences to diagnose their illnesses, and that these are the on-farm and simple tests to be used. So we have the target areas and diagnostics, poultry care, milk quality, egg quality, fish health, insect control. So this is all about from an idea till to the company. So with this, being an innovation ambassador, we have been taught and I'm continuously being learning, believing togetherness. Together, we all have to innovate. Simultaneously, we all have to educate and expand the culture of ideation and innovation. So with this, thank you, IIC of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy. Thank you, Jayan Gidwani sir, for coordinating and inviting me. Thank you all the participants for patiently listening to this session. And thank you so much and best wishes for your future journey. Thank you so much. And I'm ready to get the questions if anyone has.
Amit sir, thank you so much. It was really inspiring and motivating, I believe, for all of us.
Thank you
You
so much,
made
Jayan sir.
the hall, shocked. Like, who is Amit Lokhande? Like, itna
Thank you so much.
achievements kaise aa gaya itni kam age mein? So, before, anyone asks certain questions, mere paas
Yes.
kuch, yesterday I have received some questions from some students,
Okay, okay.
and I'll start with your journey and then come to, ideas and business model.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
basically, it is a myth कि success is nightmare. Basically, एक रात में success आ जाएगी. So, my
Yes,
students and the attendees of the hall wants to understand what were the pains you took to achieve this success.
okay,
How you overtook those pains and converted those pains into gains of your life.
okay. So initially, when I have started with the ideas, if you could look at all these products and everything, this is not my research topics. Okay, this is not my research area when for which I have registered for a PhD. In PhD, I am a pharmaceutical student, so I have to develop certain formulations for drug delivery for infections or something. However, the diversion for this area of a diagnostics came to the existence when I have been working in our group or in the institute. One of the veterinary doctor conducted a lecture, okay, and he was telling that there is a scope and these are the infections, these are the problems and something. I contacted that veterinary doctor and I asked him, sir, I also want to contribute. If you have some ideas, could you please share with me? So he said, I want to tell you these are the some diagnostics things that we need on farm right now. We are suffering so much and everything. So I said, yes, I would like to take that opportunity. I would like to work on. Earlier, when we get the opportunities and ideas, we are so enthusiastic to take it. We believe that we are the one who can do many things into it. And I, being a student, being a enthusiastic person, I took that opportunity. But believe me, it was not as simple as we take the initiative. Okay, I took the initiative and it took me almost more than 3 years to come up with something which is of user friendly kind of. I have suffered so many challenges, starting from validation, starting from getting the chemicals, starting from working on how exactly to systematically work on those products. It took me almost 3 years to come up with something which is user friendly. So for if I understand the audience is a B Farm students, you have all 4 years. Certainly, if you could start your idea, okay, at the first year of B Pharmacy till to the end, coming to the final year, you would be come up with something as an innovative product. And finally, once you are out, you would be having a mindset or a product with you, which you can either, give it on a revenue basis. You can either license it or you can either go ahead with the entrepreneurship career. But yes, there are certain challenges which I faced, because with respect to the support. However, I kept on contacting people. Okay, I kept on contacting people. Yeah, I need this. Unless you won't ask people what you need, people will not give you that. Okay, so if you want to eat the, something of, let's see, puri bhaji or something, if you want to eat, and you won't ask them to give me a puri bhaji, they will certainly won't have an idea what to be given to you. They will might either give you a dosa, they will either give you a rice, whatever they will give you. So it is you who decides what you need. Okay, so always go and asking people. Never hesitate, never be behind in asking. Initially, it is like a very tough to have the networking kind of a thing, but ultimately you will manage. Okay, once you are with the good people. So this is all
Really,
about.
really, really inspiring, and I believe driving some, inputs and experiences of yours, knowledge, patience,
Yes,
and perseverance is the key to your
yes,
success.
yes.
Am I right?
Yes, yes, Jen, sir, absolutely right.
Okay, so one more question, in this regard only I have received from a student कि
Hmm.
generally क्या होता है ना, students are of belief कि हमारा idea अगर हम किसी के साथ discuss कर सकते हैं तो बाद में problem create करता है, like idea चोरी हो गया, stealing
Okay,
of idea. So
okay,
how to deal with that problem?
okay. See, initially what happens is, let's see, I'll give you an example of my pregnancy idea. Okay, people are working on it, right? Even there are so many techniques, methods are already available into the market. But what I am gonna make is my idea. How I gonna make is my this thing. What you gonna make is people are knowing, right? You are making a pregnancy diagnosis kit for cattle. Okay, that is what you are making. How you are making is my this thing. How is not gonna get shared, but what you are making that you can share to everyone. Okay, this is what I am working on. Okay, so always try and share with the people, sir, I'm working on this, and I need some assistance from you or some guidance from you, some materials from you. Can you please provide me? So people are ready to provide you accordingly, but never ever share how you are making it. What is your methodology to execute that idea? What is your idea? You can free to explain, go and network, because this will create a curiosity and even respect for you and others mind. So always try and go and share your ideas as much as possible.
If it's a competition, then
It's a competition, then in the competition, if it is not a patentable idea, not you have not yet patented, okay, but still what are the objectives or the unique features of your product gonna be? When you think that yes, it is a user friendly kit, yes, it is through a urine, it is not through a blood, yes, then it will give you a early detection, let's see, between 10 to 20 days. Later you validate between 7 days, it doesn't matter. But these are the USP keys that you can explain in competition, which makes you a different compared to other participants. So
if
it
I
is not.
talk if I talk about idea competitions generally requires business model canvas.
Yes.
So in business model canvas,
Hmm.
you need to explain your value proposition,
Yes.
your customer segment,
Yes.
how you will target those customers,
Hmm.
what are the pain points you are addressing, how you are converting those pain points into gains, how you will generate the revenue, what will be your cost structure. Apart from this, if I talk about your presentation, it was mentioned that business model canvas should focus only on value propositions
Yes.
included by the problem statement and customer segment. But what
Yes.
about other factors? Because business
Yes.
model canvas in general idea competitions, what we have observed and experienced, requires whole business model canvas, which is of 9 parameters. So how can we deal that?
Yes. So first of all, in my presentation as well, initially I have highlighted one model called press model.
Yes.
Okay. So the basic for that press model was, when you have a problem and you have identified a solution, that solution and the parameters of it ultimately becomes the value proposition for your customers. Even I have identified the size of the market and who will buy this product. Okay, so these are the customers you need. Ultimately whatever we are making is for the customers.
True.
If you don't have the customer for that idea, it is not gonna get into the market. But certainly when it is an idea competition, let's see, if you are making some product of a, let's see, a mixture or something or a solution of something, how you will direct from a lab or from a scale up, from translation till to your customers. So these are the channels for you. So for someone, if you don't have your own R&D to work on, okay, you don't have your own manufacturing to work on, so you need the rented manufacturing, outsourcing manufacturing, or you will give that person entire manufacturing. That person will state on the label that manufactured by me but developed by you. Likewise, you have to adjust and identify what could be the model in place for you. Either you can outsource on a paid basis, either you can collaborate with that person for some time, or you can give that person a name. So these are the certain parameters through which you can channelize your product. Now once you have identified the manufacturing, but still not the manufacturing is desired further, you need the product to be launched and get into the right hands of your customers, right? So you need that channels. So what would be those channels? Who will buy this product? How will they buy this product? Whether you need the retail shops for your product. Okay, if it is a retail shop, then through a retail channels like distribution, wholesalers, and then to the retailers, you have to follow that channel. But if it is not, and it is like a B2B, then who would be your possible company who will buy this product? So you need to identify what kind of a channels you are identifying, and through all these are nothing but inputs. Okay, all these are inputs, and now we are coming to your output, that is revenue. While maintaining each and every step, what is the cost, the efforts, the manpowers involved, and ultimately it will affect your output. The selling that you will make, from that you will cut down the amount that you have invested for all this. So that will the revenue after your taxes, revenue after your purchasing, and all that things you have to make into considerations. So
Okay.
if your revenue is very high and it is increasing for a 5 years, over the years and years, then certainly it is called as a good business model. But if it is not, and it is increasing your input day by day, it is not at all called as a successful business or a business idea.
Okay, understanding from this discussion, I can derive one, conclusion. Your idea is your baby, and you
Yes,
know how to nurture that baby, and you know the qualities and disqualities of your baby.
yes, yes,
And if I talk about business model, you need to identify who will be your first customer, why he will buy, and who will be
yes,
your probable 100th customer. By
yes,
that means you can present in a business model. Am I right?
definitely, definitely, definitely.
Okay, one more question I have some from a research scholar, like he is a faculty member also, and the question
Okay.
was, there is a topic he is researching on for his PhD.
Mm.
Now the problem is he wants to participate into certain idea competitions with that same PhD idea. The
Mhm.
problem is plagiarism should not be there in that idea, hence that person is unable to participate. So what can you suggest to him, like whether he should continue to participate with that same idea which he's working with on his PhD, or he should
Mhm.
change or modify the idea?
No. See, idea competition always carry two components. One is your novelty, and second is your feasibility. The feasibility is certainly associated with your business model. Okay. Now in PhD, in the research, we all have the research done, we publish that or something already into it. However, that publication certainly lacks a second segment that is called business model.
Yes.
If you are able to fit that idea into a proper business model, you can take a part in competitions and idea competition. I would like to explain you one of my PhD idea or a research that with which I have participated in one of the big competition. I'm working on antimicrobial resistance therapy. Okay, so I have developed one formulation on antimicrobial resistance, and this project actually is a collaborative project of 2 3 institutions granted by a government, and I am a research fellow working on that idea, developing a formulation. Recently we have come up with a solution on that product. As the formulation that I have made is so unique and in novel that of that kind the formulation doesn't exist. Okay, so now I have to pitch my idea and go to the this thing and present. However, there are so many people involved in a project. Okay. So what these people are involved, you need to take the prior permission, give them as well a respect that I have developed a formulation and I have to participate in that idea competition based on my idea or the skill set that I have given to this project. If you are ready to give me a permission, I will go and present. If they all agree, you can go ahead. If any one of them raises a question in a research, it happens. If someone raises a question, it is not possible for you to go ahead. So in research, if your guide, your institute gives you permission to go ahead, you can certainly go ahead. But believe that second aspect, you can certainly add and go ahead with the idea presentations. Likewise.
Okay, one last question I would take from the questions which I have received. Rest
Yeah.
I'll mail you because I do not want to take much of your time. There is
Okay.
something called blue ocean strategy,
Okay.
wherein you need to differentiate your idea from the people who are already into the same aspect.
Yes, yes.
But if you have certain one aspect which covers all those aspects which are common in market, how
Mhm.
to differentiate and how to make their blue ocean strategy.
The most important aspect is always try to think forward when you compare the product. You don't think that you are an inventor. Okay. Don't think that you are an inventor of the idea. You are the customer of that idea.
Yes.
Go to that site and think what you need when this product comes to you. Okay. And think from that perspective whether already existing products are giving you that benefits. But in this case, be, genuine. Okay. Never carries you that innovator mindset. Be a customer who is buying, who is paying for this. If you are buying and paying for this, how much you will be able to or willing to pay, how much the duration you want. If the someone is giving you a results or something or the efficacy, let's see, of 30-40%, how you can be able to achieve 60-70%. Likewise, so all these features you have to compare from a customer point of view. If it is scalable, what is their methodology of to make the product? Okay, if certainly if you go to the manufacturing angle, all the angles, it is not possible that you have not thought through. You have to thought through all the aspects very critically, being a customer, being a businessman, or being the investor. But you will not thought from an innovator mindset or the inventor mindset. Believe me, in this aspects, you will not consider yourself as an innovator, but you will consider all those who are involved in the picture, play the role of them, criticize your thing, and make the plan accordingly. Certainly, it will give the lead to a success of your product.
So
So,
the crux of this discussion is you need to understand that will you buy the same product or the idea?
yes, you should be the customer of your idea, whether you can buy this product or not. Then only others can buy it. Definitely, शुरुआत पहले अपने से करो, then दुनिया करेगी.
Yes. Okay, certainly not taking much of your time. I
Yes.
would like to invite one of my student, Arohi Chaudhary, to propose a vote of thanks. Arohi,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's an honor to extend a vote of thanks to all the attendees assembled here. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy, Innovation Council, I, Arohi Chaudhary of PharmD first year, is spread my most sincere thanks and a very heartily gratitude to our speaker for the day, Mr. Amit S. Lokhande, for
कुछ
sharing
काम
his
नहीं हो सकते
inspiring
यार अपन
words for
ये उधर मोबाइल चला रहे हैं, एक इधर चला रहे हैं,
It
वो
was
चला इधर
very
गेम खेल रहा
interesting to
है.
hear about your experiences and the inspiring story from a pharma graduate to an entrepreneur gave us the motivation we couldn't have gained in any other way. Your inspiring and edifying words have made an everlasting impression on our minds, and we all aspire to follow your footsteps. We are thankful to you to make us realize that we should not have fear of rejections. I'm sure enough that the hall has understood the idea is what to be done, and to conceive the idea, we should collect the dots and have a creativity. We also thank you to make us understand the difference between bad ideas and good ideas. Further, a big thanks to our director, Dr. S.C. Chaturvedi, our principal, Dr. Gaurav Kant Sarogli, our dean, R&D, Sudha Vengurlekar ma'am, our vice principal, Mr. Sunil Kumar Divedi, our faculty members, and all my dear friends. I would like to state that we are glad to have Mr. Lokhande inspire us. We thank you for being with us, and we hope to have a long association in the near future too. It has remained a pronounced pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.